Whenever Donald Trump trolls Democrats or disrespects the office of the president, it usually sparks outrage from the left, and that's nothing new. But this time he went so far over the line that it triggered a full-blown backlash by people on both sides, and I have all the juicy details of this major Trump screw-up in today's report. Speaking of backlash, before we dive into what Trump did to trigger such a thing, let's hear from two well-known voices who also just called him out in a segment I like to call
Words at the best word.
First up is firecracker Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. She just delivered a scathing review of Trump's first 100 days that you have to hear.
So here we go with the top 5 diabolical, disastrous, deplorable, detrimental, dumb decisions by Don. Number 1, mass deportations, including American citizens. Number 2, these ridiculous tariffs. And let me tell y'all, like even the kids know that this is dumb. And let's not forget about his bestie, Elon and Doge. The absolute destruction of checks and balances. And finally, not only cutting our federal services, but cutting our federal workforce. God bless each and every person that has dedicated so many years of service to this country as a federal worker. I see you. All right, so there you have it. Just 5 ways of this fool tearing shit up. Don't let anyone gaslight you. He's not just talking, he's doing. And we are truly watching our democracy unravel in real time. I know you're tired, and frankly, I am too. But rest can't come before resistance. I'll keep fighting with truth, with power, and with purpose. And I hope you will too.
Next up are the words from none other than Warren Buffett, who weighs in on the disaster that is Trumponomics.
Trade can be an act of war. And I think it's led to bad things. Just the attitudes it's brought out in the United States. I mean, we should be looking to trade with the rest of the world, and we should do what we do best, and they should do what they do best. We want a prosperous world with 8 countries with nuclear weapons, including a few that are what I would call quite unstable. I do not think it's a great idea to try and design a world where a few countries say, ha, 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 we've won, and other countries are envious. So.
And now for today's featured story. Usually Trump's big mouth is what gets him in trouble, but this time it was an image generated by AI that's being described as disgusting and blasphemous. And it is something that has many in his MAGA flock enraged. I discovered it in a post by Patriot Takes that read, "The official White House account. How embarrassing for the United States." And Joyce and Lean said there are 56 Catholic Republicans in the House and 11 in the Senate. What do they think about this? And NYS Catholic Conference condemned it with, "There is nothing clever or funny about this image, Mr. President. We just buried our beloved Pope Francis, and the Cardinals are about to enter a solemn conclave to elect a new successor of St. Peter. Do not mock us." And here's where it gets really interesting, because Raw Story uncovered outrage among the MAGA minions, as featured in an article entitled, "How Dumb of You? Trump Fans Revolt Over His Disturbing Pope Post." It went on to say,
"A decision by either Donald Trump or whomever adds content to his Truth Social account to share a picture of him as the Pope set off a firestorm with some of his religious MAGA supporters who questioned whether it was appropriate while Catholics are still grieving. On Friday afternoon, Trump's Truth Social account was updated with a picture of the president seated and dressed as the Pope with no comment. That, in turn, led to some furious supporters of the president letting him know they were not amused, with one calling it blasphemous, and another adding, that picture was disgustingly disturbing. Rita Sellers, who ranted at President Joe Biden as a jackal who makes her skin crawl, wrote, "I'm not a Catholic, but I'm a Christian, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. However, I do not think it was a good idea to have President Trump look like the Pope. He is no Pope. He is the President of the USA, period. This was disrespectful to the Catholic faith. This is nothing to laugh at. You all, whoever did this, really messed up on this one." A LOLO73 lamented, "Why did I ever believe you actually loved America over your own hubris? You only love yourself, and I've never regretted voting for you more than I do today. Never again." And Chaddy wrote, "Trump, I voted for you, and I admire what you're doing for us. But this is a mistake. Stop doing those mistakes. Messing with the Almighty may cause our demise." It's Christ who instated the papacy upon the first Pope, St. Peter. And here you are messing around with what's sacred. How dumb of you.
This is classic Donald Trump. Impulsive, self-obsessed, and completely tone-deaf. No context, no caption. Just a picture of himself dressed as the Pope, posted while Catholics are still grieving. It's the kind of stunt you would expect from a toxic reality TV star, not a president. But here's what makes it worse. It was a direct slap in the face to the very people who built his political movement and made excuses for him year after year. The devout conservatives and the fundamental Christians who hold the church in high regard. And now Trump has mocked that very symbol that they respect. This moment shows yet again that Donald Trump does not think, he reacts. He doesn't strategize, he provokes, and he certainly doesn't think about the voters who put him into office. He used them to gain power, and now as a one-term president, that act is over, and he can let his impulsive, immature, and disrespectful flags fly high until his final days in the White House.